I'm gonna go right into the screen printing for the tote bags.
Hey, it's Ashley the Creator here. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about art, energy, and the things in between. Enjoy. So I did a whole bunch of tote bags for my art show, and I have so much left. So I figured, why not customize them myself and give them to you guys. So I have these stamps that I made myself. I wanted it to be a part of my show so that it's like an interactive activity for people to do and to kind of have like a souvenir of the show. So you can see like some of the patterns and stamps. So I'm actually going to be stamping some today. My palette and my paints. When I say my stamps, like I have the stamps here, the actual cutouts, but I forgot the ink pads, like the stamp pads. So I will just be painting on them. And yeah, for some reason I really want to start with blueberry. So I'm gonna do blueberry right now. I have these. I have a whole bunch actually. I have some that's this color, and like some that's also like a lighter green. Some are also mixed. But yeah, I want to do the darker green with the blueberry, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna mix the paints and then we'll start stamping. So here's kind of a little backstory about how I came to make these tote bags, how I came up with the idea, and how I created the stamps. So this was all the way back in June 2024, so this year. I was actually teaching summer camp, a music and arts camp, so just had a whole bunch of like supplies, and I was teaching the students how to make rugs and make sculptures and puppets and stuff like that. I had 3 classes, 3 classes, and I had decided earlier that year that I decided that it was time for my first solo show. So I'm like, okay, I need to create my pieces and I need to create some type of a experience for the viewers. Like, yes, like witnessing the painting in itself is an experience, though I wanted it to be a little bit more interactive, and I wanted to give them something where it's like not too much, but at the same time I'm an Aries stellium, a Capricorn stellium, so, and a Scorpio rising, so too much is already coded within me. I do feel like I have overdone it, but at the same time not really, because I had fun doing it. And so I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like what can I do to give people, because I have sculptures, but I'm not going to give the sculptures away. I could give stickers away, but I also feel like that's just like very but I really wanted something unique that is kind of like a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity with this series, with this design, with these stamps, things like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe the idea will come to me. So there was this other event, and my friend actually does clothes. His clothes is fire. He does screen printing. Well, his company is called Dead by 5 a.m. and his work is phenomenal. Like I have two pillows from him. I have a couple tote bags from them. I have a sweater and a shirt. And like if I could, I would own almost like every single one of the piece. Quality A1. Y'all need to go follow. Y'all need to go support him because his stuff is amazing. Anyways, yeah, so I was a little bit inspired by him to create a design and put it on tote bags. I'm like, okay, tote bag is like easy, you can carry it around, it's functional, but it's also a souvenir, things like that, as opposed to just having given away a print and it's like now it's just on your wall, which is great, like yes, but I want my work to also be functional in a way. Like I want you to be able to interact with the work more and more. I feel like it creates a different level of like sentiment. I'm like, okay, I need to create a design. I need to source the tote bags for a good price. I need to so I found tote bags and I ordered it. I created my design and I'm like, okay, now we have this. So what can patrons do? And I'm like, stamps. They can stamp it. It'd be really cute and very simple, and they can feel like an artist themselves, Okay, so how am I gonna find stamps? What am I gonna use? What will the designs be? And I'm like, I'm not gonna make it too detailed. So I was like looking around, and every once in a while when I would go to the storage room for extra space, not extra space, for extra like supplies of like yarn or something when it ran out, a lot of printmaking stuff. So I'm like, you know what, this is great, okay? Because back when I took a course for printmaking, they showed us how to etch and carve through stuff, so I knew how to carve and I understood the whole. So I found these silicone rubbery blocks, and I'm like, okay, I need to make a design with these. And I knew I was going to do fruits, but I didn't know how to really go about it. So I went on Pinterest and I found some reference pictures. I'm like, okay, I see how they did it, now I get to make my own. So I did that. I carved everything out. I sampled it and tested it out, and it was great. The only thing is having people stamp and roll it on the way that I did. So I went on Amazon. I'm like, okay, they were like, first of all, way too much. It would be like $35 for one stamp for one color. And one of my coworkers was like,
you can just use like this fabric setting liquid.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. It's like,
yeah, just put a little bit and it'll be great. And,
Thank you, Chris. But yeah, so it was great. During the first opening night for Pomology, it was great. People actually really enjoyed interacting and making the tote bags, as you can see in the previous video. And I love to see it. I still have so much left over, which is why I decided, I can't just let this sit here because all of these are stamped Pomology. Like, I can't even use it for anything else because I done stamped it all. I just overestimated. So I think I have about like 30 or 40 more, and I'm just going to design them myself because I think this idea was like way too good of an idea for it to go to waste. These tote bags, like, I'm not going to waste my money. So here I am designing it, putting it together, making it aesthetic as I can. And I think I did a really good job. Yeah, so I'm gonna have these available in my shop. I'm gonna do a drop soon. Stay tuned.